All right. Thank you for tuning in to the Punchline Podcast. Another week, another time. My name is Lawrence Seretse. And today in the studio, I'm joined by Sarona, a courageous woman who's sharing her personal story, a very riveting story, to shed light in the challenges faced by survivors of sexual assault or rape in Botswana. Sarona's bravery in speaking out is a powerful step towards raising awareness and advocating for change in the fight against gender-based violence. Just a few weeks ago, officials released statistics that indicated that in the week between December and January 2025, in the festive holidays, we were able to record 93 cases of rape and sexual assault. Now you can imagine how much a girl child is not protected in this country. So today I met a very courageous young woman who has agreed to open up and share her story so that we can gain the experiences and how some of these affect her. Sarona says that she is a victim of rape. Sarona, how are you?
I'm good, but nervous, sir.
You are nervous?
Yeah.
You need to
brighten up a little bit.
Yeah, just take a deep breath and brighten up a little bit and all that kind of stuff. So, have you ever done such an interview before?
No, this is the first time I'm doing it.
Okay. Let's be candid about it. Let's start right from the top. Why did you agree to do this interview? Because when a colleague of mine reached out to me that maybe I should consider engaging on this conversation, and then they connected me with you, you didn't seem to have a challenge actually. You came all the way from Francistown so that we can sit down and share this experience. It's a very rare thing, I get. So I'm wondering, since you are comfortable doing it, why are you? Because you know we are going to publish it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, like you said, I'm a victim of rape. So since the time I was raped and looking at how I tackled things, and then looking at these young girls, like you've mentioned, 93 cases were recorded. Some of these girls are not able to cooperate, or they're not able to accept what happened and move on. So this is my way of telling them, there's time to move on. Just let it go. Show them that you can do it. You can become that little star you were once.
Okay. Sarona, can you share your journey? Well, let's start about you telling me the story about what happened.
What happened? Okay. I was raped 2 times. My first incident occurred in 2020. I was still a teenager, around 19 years. So there was a guy I knew from the streets. So I was a poet, writer. I loved writing back then. One day I was from the library, walking home. I met the guy who was like, "Oh, you are working in Sarona." So as someone you know from your streets, because you never know what this person works and saying.
Where was that?
Yeah, I just knew or know this guy, I always see him, Okay, we went, so on our way, I'm very thirsty. And I was like, okay, come. Now I don't mind
at their place?
Yeah, at his place. That's how my confidence is going to be killed. So we went there. But I still remember the date.
When was that?
That was on the 14th of February. Because I remember 2020, 14th February 20. I remember I was from writing a poem that I was supposed to recite at this other Valentine dinner. So we went, and then guy, we got there. So now I'm expecting for him to hand me the water. And that guy had already planned for no, this is the kid that I always see masturbating, and she's always quiet. We got there, so the guy closed the door and told me, if you dare scream, you'll see me. So I was a kid back then, like I said, I didn't know what to do. So I listened to everything he said. He raped me 2 times, not choosing protection. So, and then he told me, and then you say anything, I'm gonna kill you. Already I knew, no, this guy, he was into boxing. So I knew boxer. And where I stay, no one can defend me. From there I went home. I didn't cry on my way home. I was quiet, got home, locked myself in my room the whole day, had a bath. So, and then eventually on the third day, I had to tell my grandma, this is what happened. This guy 1, 2, 3, he did this and this. So on whole, we went to the police station. We went to the Woodall police station. We took part the case. Unfortunately, they did not get the guy.
On the same day?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
He did not get arrested. They were like, if it was indeed a rape case, the same day it happened, as you know,
What?
they like banned that case at that time. So if indeed this was a rape case, no said to Malana, that day. I told them those guys threatened me. I was still a teenager, didn't say like what to do. Didn't have any experience and stuff. So they didn't help me. There's nothing that can prove for this guy raped you. He fine, he stayed. Then some few months later, I missed my periods. I get tested for pregnancy. Found out that I was pregnant. My family, Evan Tabare, I'm carrying a rape victim. Like, I'm carrying a rapist. So
you can take your time.
So they are they pressurized me to kind of abort the baby. But then I knew this child that I'm carrying, I don't know, lion, whatever to describe him. So I didn't abort my baby. And then from that day, I lost my confidence. Like I said, I was involved in writing poems. I shut down that chapter. I knew, you know what, and you know how people say it in Australia. How I hate that they'll be like, that's the girl who was raped.
The whole stigma.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
The stigma, the criticization. So.
So you now let's start from the top. So you know this person.
I knew this person. I know this person. Even though and just to see someone must start.
Yes. No, knowing them, identify. That was in 2020, you say. You were going from the library Kolobats.
Yeah, from the library.
Which meant that it wasn't really too far from where you lived.
The library from home was very far because I stayed by the end of Kolwatsahelante next to the whole police. And then I had to walk from there because my family back then had my descent. So I had to walk to the library so that I can use the resources that day. That's why I came working with the guy. Not far from my home. So I decided, okay, fine. It's someone I know. It's someone that always greets me. Like they say, those people you can never find their intentions gay. You can never sense their intentions.
So in 2020, I'll assume that we would have had previous issues or cases where people even reported rape after a month or several years or so, because like you rightfully mentioned in your case, you were threatened and you were only a child, you were 19. But you also rape victims, I wouldn't say, from reading and things that I understand, is that you still be in a state of shock and fear, and obviously not knowing exactly what to do. I think you didn't know how to tell your grandmother.
Yeah.
The question that I'm trying to come to here is, when you're with your grandmother and she got failed and you got failed by the system, what did she say? Was she not aware or she can escalate?
No. So my parents didn't care about me. She actually told them, this is what happened to the child. To get this case to someone who can help us, or any authority, but my parents failed.
What do you mean your parents didn't care?
I was raised by my grandma.
Okay.
My parents were never there for me.
Oh.
They've never been in the picture, they've never cared. So growing up, I grew around my grandmother.
Yes.
So that's how I thought the guy saw them, or no, this child, so what my grandma said, he said, what he said, she said, like to what Allah. God, local police, when you reported the case, the system failed me, and they were also protecting the guy.
How?
They were protecting the guy in sense of what? This is where the guy stays. You guys can find the guy there. Up until the guy Ahudroha, he had to move out. When we told them what this guy Ahudroha, about Hakana keys.
What?
I was raped.
Okay.
And by worry, I'm a teenager. You know how I'm a police nowadays. If a teenager at a reporter case ya rape by Fuller in Litumalan, they judge us. They don't listen to our story.
So you feel that the law is not protecting victims of rape and sexual violence?
The law is not protecting girls.
Have you ever raised this issue elsewhere in efforts to try and get maybe justice or assistance?
I haven't, because I knew it was going to take me back to where I'm from.
Take you back to where you're from, meaning that they'll still say there's no case?
There's no case. So I just let it go. I moved on, raised my daughter, but too late.
Oh, so you have a daughter?
Yeah, from the victim, from the rape incident, I have a daughter. The same child that my family said I should abort.
Yes.
But I decided to keep. So I have a daughter.
How does
it feel?
Yeah.
Okay, after she was born, it reminded me of the incident.
How old?
The day she was born, she's almost 5 now. So after she was born, she looked exactly like the guy. So
oh my God. Yeah.
I went through depression. I took 6 full days to name my child. So later then I told them what happened to me, and I named her Amukhala. This was God's plan. Maybe this is how God planned my life. And then I raised my kids. A month after she was born, I was going through a lot of depression. So I had to move out from Lobatse, changed my social media accounts, deleted my numbers, changed my numbers, stay somewhere for the whole year. I was out there. No one knew where I was. Then a year later, after Ahola, I came back. Got let's say kind of healed, but I wasn't fully healed. Came for 2 weeks here. And then I went back because it hurt me. I saw the guy who raped me, but yet, keys. So I had to go back to protect my kid.
Did he know that you got pregnant?
I don't know. And
well, obviously the culprit wouldn't care.
He wouldn't care. He's a rapist. That's how I defined him. So I got to raise my daughter with fear. I had fear for men for 30 years.
So what sort of help did you get then for you to get through, maybe try to feel a bit better and overcome, issues such as counseling and all of that?
I tried counseling.
Where?
It was this other youth center.
Oh, okay.
So I went there for counseling. But I thought, they kept reminding me of that day. And we get, let me step back. Gave me Billy for the whole 3 years. Like I am with you right now. Even I wouldn't want any guy. What if and then 3 years later, 3 years later, I met Dr. Douglas Drenad-Raspash, the one who referred me here. And then that's how I got to heal. I want her to know, you know what, you need to heal, you need to move on. You might be raped, you're not the only person who was raped. Move on, you have a daughter to raise, you have a life to live. He took me to like some of his friends. We started writing. I remember we had an article about rape. That's how I got to open up.
When was that?
We wrote the article in 2023, I'm not sure of the date. It was on 2023, and the other one you wrote it last year, still concerning rape.
Yes.
So that's how I managed to heal. But after 3-4 years, I told him, well, even though it still takes me back. Because I might say, somehow you got another that guy more in key.
Yeah, and then the memories keep on coming.
Then the memories like fresh. I was like, oh, this guy. Because there was a point I remember I was working with my kid more in Kenya. Then someone said, you also but we are the name of the guy. I was hurt. I went back home. I didn't do what I wanted to do. Went back home. I cried. I told them this will never stop. People saying, because she looks like her dad. She looks exactly like him.
So what do you think? Well, before I get there, we were talking about issues of intervention, such as counseling and whatnot, to try and deal with the trauma and the whole psychological effects of this. You are saying that telling your story, like writing about it, or in the forms of engaging like this, gives you some kind of closure.
Yeah, it does give me closure, because I feel if I keep saying it, if someone out there was raped by someone they know, and they say, oh, Sarona, she managed to heal, I can also do this. I can do it.
Okay.
Gives closure or no, I'm not the only one who went through this.
Yes.
Someone out there has also went through this, but that's how she tackled it.
Yes. Totaibile, I don't think it's a question of whether you are the only one or not. Men should just stop raping women.
Men should stop.
Full stop.
Men should stop, and the law should take rape seriously.
Of course.
How do you define rape and yet say there's no case of rape? One thing I've realized about this, about our system, they judge the book by its cover.
But I don't know, or whatnot, but my common sense is trying to tell me that if you put that report at the police station on that date, you can go and do DNA right now.
Yeah.
And then we can ask him, when did he consent? Because now there's a whole walking DNA that is proof
of what he's done.
What the police said didn't
happen. what they said was like, this was an agreement. There was no rape.
Have you ever checked maybe legal aid? Can be able to help that with lawyers sometimes to get advice, or is it just a question of you trying not to reopen the wounds, or what do you think? What do you feel?
Okay, after I've never visited any of those. For reasons that, what if I go and reopen the case? How would my daughter feel knowing she's a child of a rapist?
Yeah, there is
my issue. I want to raise her not knowing she's a child. She's a child of a rapist. She's the result of my rape case.
But you also want justice.
I want justice, but I'm protecting my daughter. It's a mother's duty to protect her child. So that's what I'm doing. If the law cannot protect my child, it failed to protect me. How can I expect it to protect my child? I have to protect my own child.
It's quite, yeah, that's challenging. But I do believe that sometimes some of these things we have to approach them with understanding. I think we have to arm ourselves, and if we don't, we have to meet with people who can at least arm us with the knowledge. Here are the options. Here is how also you can get protection in terms of your dignity, in terms of also getting fair justice that is not putting you out there or the child out there. I would like to assume that you legal minds, when you are commenting there, help us understand how private prosecutions work in a case where maybe like this, where someone is seeking justice, but also the fear of being a public spectacle over some experience that is as traumatic as this needs to be balanced. So yeah, it's so Sasa.
Yes.
What do you say? How do you talk about this with your grandmother? How does she feel? What does she say?
Okay, my grandmom has always been my greatest support. From day one of the incident till now, she has always been my greatest support.
Because Ghana now, in this case, this individual doesn't understand that he didn't only hurt you, he's hurt even people around you. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and the system didn't only fail you, it also failed people around you. And I don't think this is the type of country that we want to raise our children in, really, at the end of the day. Would you consider the option of getting legal assistance if I were to help you in that regard? It's fine, you can take your time. I mean, options are there. I believe we have friends, and we have a lot of people around who are competent enough maybe to try and engage and help further than this. So obviously it is your call, at your time, at your healing process and all the likes, but consider that the option is available, okay? Have you ever met someone who has a similar experience?
Like I said at the beginning of the interview, I was raped twice. So last year I was raped again. That's why I wouldn't take any legal actions again.
Okay, you were raped for the second time.
I was raped for the second time.
When we started, when you said twice, I thought you meant consecutive times by the same guy.
No.
Okay, now that's a different. So
I was raped 2 times.
What happened?
You know, after I closed that chapter, I thought it was never gonna repeat itself. God, I thought I protect the anyhow, because I attended defense classes. Everything, say why if someone approaches me, I can defend myself. So last year, around August, all know what Mohwasa is the most dangerous place. But I thought, I can stay there. I can protect myself. I was from work. I got raped also by someone. Someone report a case here when I described him. When I described the guy, they knew who the guy was.
Okay.
But till date, that guy has her.
Last year?
Last year.
Wait.
Then
what happened?
Like I said, Nike Chaisa.
No Chaisa.
Yeah, I was working in this other company. It's a marketing company. So Nike Chaisa. Normally when I get home, where I stayed, so when I get home, Nike and stuff. This person on that it's I remember we had no electricity.
At a multi-res.
Yes, the multi-res. Then the guy came in. My bill, who is this person? Because I wasn't expecting any visitor. The guy raped me. I screamed for help. And then when the lady or the other room came, Antari, what happened? But now we can go and get in 1, 2, 3. Antari, you know what? We went there. I describe they said the name of the guy. For this person kiss my mind and I'm mad.
So mutating ba mo reveal yana kirare ke motho no o muitsi wetlo mmone or he was just
someone
you didn't know the person at all.
I didn't know the person this time.
Oh, so kana wa re mo jarateng go tletse batho gore go nkane go noa or stuff like that.
Yeah, because I think it was on a Friday.
That was a proper predator. That was a predator.
And then get described some police or this person gets out of a shock about it's someone on the loose we are looking for.
For the same crimes?
Yeah, for the same crimes. He was a well-known rapist. We went to his place. This is where the person you normally find till now.
Does he have any history of being charged for the crime, or they just know
he has been charged?
Okay.
I think he went to prison twice.
He went to prison twice?
Yeah.
For rape?
For rape, for robbery.
So he's basically a serial rapist?
He's a serial rapist. That's why the law is failing us. That was then from that incident, it became and this other group where I met various ladies who were raped, even men who were raped. And again, I got counseling, I managed to heal. Even though but I managed this time because I had the support from my production company, from the counseling group. Even my team, when I told them about this incident, but the guy you are describing is a man. It's someone we all know. That guy has him again. Has anything you are not supposed to be associated with him. And till now, I'm still seeking justice for it. Can you guys say it? But what's failing me? I remember I went there when I got to Sarona this week. I went back to the police girl. How far?
Barry, what is their response?
We'll get back to you.
You know, most of the times I often say, Mapodi Sarona, Bolamutu or commit a cash heist or whatnot, they'll get that case in less than 72 hours. But then you have these crimes that have high statistics, such as rape, that involve abuse and psychological traumas and all of that. Most of the time, the progress is always slower than expected. There is a mismatch. Maybe, to be fair, next time we can engage the police into this to hear the challenges about because I can imagine you can't be failed by the same system twice.
One thing I think the police are doing, what they're failing to describe rape. They're failing to define what rape is. If they knew the exact meaning of rape, this guy think I was a low child. Like
enlighten me on that.
On that, what the rape is when you like horrible without their consent.
Yes.
But Bonnie, I don't know how they define it. If they do define it, exactly what it means. Like I said with my first incident, line. How? Because even the steering, which means there was force being used. Force was involved. But yet, that is not rape.
The guy was never charged. But how do they know?
That's the question. How do you say those people by when you're not there? When you haven't heard the stories of the other person?
What kind of... I'm just trying to profile something here. How will you report that maybe in these 2 consecutive times? I know maybe it's unfair, but I just want to know how many police women were in officers in charge at the time who were attending to you?
The first incident I don't remember.
Yeah. And then the second one?
No, the first one, there was a lady.
Okay.
Because I remember the lady came and I got Banayan about the holo, Barataha Kelabat, Banayan Bakakon about the lady. Who were a lady.
Jesus.
Someone who's supposed to protect another lady. Then the second time, when I got the Iriki reporter, there was a lady came on Arno, Rakata Marago Sheka, the guy got 19. Yeah, we went there. But all those ones, when one thing said that no, Banyana can Banana about Holobar really. But how one but man, we never know what happened. Ladies are failing to protect other ladies. That's a reality in Botswana.
Yeah, and then in the second report, were there women?
Yeah, there was a lady. There was a lady who helped. There was a lady who helped on a I know Gitter like doing like I know we can find this guy, but Harab
Let's hope she keeps on pushing as well to make to help you
get justice.
Yeah, get justice, and they apprehend the culprit. And I'm asking these not to say us as men don't have a responsibility towards this. We do. I mean, everyone understands what rape is. You know, I don't get it if we now get to a situation where we think, or where we get so worried that the whole police security system, which is supposed to protect us, protect the women, protect the girl child, is confused as to what rape is. Then we'll be at the dogs. I think we'll be having a serious crisis as a country. And I would like to believe that maybe in Mohwasa, they should be able to help you. They should be able to apprehend the culprit. I don't think any individual should be allowed or let to get away with rape. It's a heinous crime that people now carry that with them their whole lives. So, I didn't expect that. You know, when you said you are coming here, I wanted to see this and that, I just said, let me not ask you anything background to do with this, because I don't know how I also would handle it. So I just wanted to hear it for the first time here on the interview. What do you think can be done, we need to do in this instance?
You know, what I think can be done.
How do you think investigations can be improved, you know, to help protect survivors or victims in this case?
Yeah, first thing, you need to find the person. One thing about these people, from there, up until the next time, follow up we should have police who are dedicated to their job. Like some month earlier or some weeks earlier, with the new government, appoint Minister Chombo. Or no, we should have this education desk. GBV. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if the new government can do what they promised, if they can do what they promised to protect us, I think it will help. And one more other thing, my words to men out there, those ladies are your sisters. Those ladies, they are like our sisters, they are sisters, they are mothers. So what if the same incident happens to your sister? What if someone out there, your sister, how would you feel? Before just think of what if my daughter? What if mama? What if my sister? How would you feel? What I always say, sit down and think before
we have psychopaths out there in this society, you know. It's quite unfortunate. How does, in your view, how does the stigma, rape and gender-based violence, especially in Botswana, prevent victims from coming forward and seeking help?
The stigma. How to rape one thing by a two, maybe you are someone like I said, I'm someone I do acts, I do feel like hey, my reputation can I lose a contract then. and happy or no company ke a go police ke o reporta ha ke tsana ka ba khona ta ba ntsha gape before ba nthusa go go wa ro rapile wena o rapiwa ke mang. That's one thing that's stopping us from reporting. Even for the territory ke te go reporta, the system fails to protect me. That guy comes for me one pola.
There's that.
No. So but wa me ra tshaba ke o tshaba le gone go ta wa approach le police a ngotsa gone gore ke ta ke tse ke le police la re o go ta reng wa ka nya ish kana mme ha ke ta ke re o ta mpotsara wa reng kante.
I wonder
yeah. So that's what's stopping us from reporting.
I wonder whether they'll be using the same attitude that we see, not to say that it is the same, but it's part of gender-based violence that we see as men when you try to go and report assault or rape by a woman or assault by a woman. You know, and it's always humiliating. You get what I mean? Similarly, you never see by a reporter, police. Not to say that it's the same issue. I'm trying to say the feeling you're knowing that the system is going to reject the query, the report that I'm bringing, and when it rejects it, they laugh at me and humiliate me, and basically stigmatize me, and I still don't get help. And then men don't generally report such cases. So I was just wondering whether it is the same. I mean, I can never know, but wondering whether it is the same. There are times I've reported an assault, and it was a woman, proper verbal assault, character assassination and whatnot. When I got to the police station, go old naledi, this guy, he report a case, gender-based violence. He's busy trying to get the number and the attention of the girl, and he's not giving me attention. So you can imagine how pissed off I was. We're not busy when get report a
Yeah.
So I ended up escalating Kilatela Ramapodisi. Now I'm not even satisfied. This man is busy hitting on the girl, and he is completely neglecting reporting Nagitisa. So he's further abusing the system and victimizing me with this lady, and making a mockery of my report. So it was quite painful. I had to escalate it. They had to give the case to someone else to deal with. But you can imagine. So I was just trying to bring this because I understood how painful and defeated one can feel when they are trying to go to the system hoping that it will help them or protect them. Then it further tries to victimize you. That guy should have been fired, actually.
What you're saying is actually true. Because I remember last year, I went to Old Lady Police, but Nikisa report I was doing something, so I was like trying to ask her, can I use your police station for my interview and stuff? So I found a guy who was there to report a case. Yeah, assault. It was a guy. They laughed at that guy. The whole police in his hair, I keep talking about this people, someone out loud to the talk. But they're busy laughing. Thought, yet if Rayo Akarwa, he's going to be punished for it.
Yes. Or ends up killing the girl.
So, the fact where they defy me, Bakataki Sarne by Bella Highly. But I remember from that time, to our studio, the guy on the Canadian King, maybe if I ask guys, if I do a podcast, how do you take this thing? Would you report an assault or would you not report it? And when we asked the guys, no, I can't report it. Because imagine a guy like me, One thing that I always say, the reason why I run the case when men go to report, from them, time. Because the police, they're failing to protect both men and women. They're failing to protect women only, no. Both ladies and men, they're failing them.
Then we have a serious crisis in our society. I think there needs to be some reforms and improvement and critical training in those key areas, because that's why it's called a police service, not a force. They're supposed to give us these social services, social security, as part of what they do over and above policing our safeties. We get cases like this where the whole system of justice and policy ends up failing a citizen. And then we'll have to go back to the drawing board and overhaul this thing and redesign its blueprint afresh. The expectation when you have been assaulted and that, then you are running to the police, you are seeking refuge. But if they are also part of the victimizers who increase the hurt and make sure that they cut short your report in such a way that it never sees the lights of day and allow culprits to be roaming the streets out there, dangerous as they are, they'll be raping and killing people. So I think conference gender-based violence.
What do you learn at police college? Is that how they teach you things? How no, if a man is here to report assault, and if a teenager is going to report assault, lona banana, lona the teenager, lona ma 2000, there's this thing, lona ma 2000.
So can. So Sasa, how do you, wait, maybe first let me understand what it is that you do as a professional.
I'm a safety officer.
Yes.
I'm an actress. I'm a poet.
Okay. Okay. I haven't seen your works. When are you going to show me your works? What do you do? Recite me a poem or...
I'll recite a poem now.
You will. Yeah. Although we won't mention those specifics, I heard that there's a project that you are working on. Is it a film, a drama, or what?
Yeah, we are working on a film that should be released anytime soon. The objective of that film is also to tackle or to show our system that they're failing us. It's called A Lie Better Than the Truth. So it's a film where the system or someone in the system was trying to protect culprits, was trying to protect drug dealers. And then the other part of the system is trying to do what law says. So it's a project where a police officer was killed, the family was abducted, and someone had to help. I can read nowadays, but
Yes, of course, of course. People who have just gone rogue. This is a movie.
It's a movie.
Is it inspired by the experiences that you've been through, or?
It's inspired by the life, ordinarity.
Oh.
The life that young people are living there. It's a movie actually, any shutela ordinarity.
What do you know about ordinarity?
I'm an actress. I do travel. I do my researches. And also the team that I work with, my production company, give out about ordinarity.
Oh, okay.
So we are trying for retrieve another ordinarity, relevance, thing.
So you are a writer?
I'm a writer.
Oh, okay. That's quite interesting. So let's talk about a lot of things off camera. Specific things that I want to know and learn and see maybe how some of my colleagues can intervene and help where they can in some of the projects that you guys are doing, because from what I hear, the movie is also pursuing a cause to educate and sensitize the publics about such things in our society. What else would you like to add or conversate with me before we can wrap up our discussion?
Okay, one thing I want to say is to Batswana, guys, look out for Lion Ink. A lie better than the truth. The trailer will be out anytime soon. Little Batswana, they can also do it. Banabalona, here we are trying to educate you guys. We've heard about these cases, officers being killed, Banabar
I'm going to remove that whole section, Mr. Producer, because we are exposing your identity by giving specific details to the project. But maybe, what last thing would you like to say before we wrap up the conversation?
Okay. The last thing I'd like to say. Okay. My voice to young women out there, guys, there's still life out there. If Honori Biloskare Kare Sarona Are, she was raped, Abasa Tracy Rasi, Samo report. You never know how they'll help. Samo report, you can still do it, you can still shine. I'm a living proof for I made it, I won. You guys can also win.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for staying tuned into the Punchline podcast. Kindly reach out if you want to help Sarona, and we will definitely keep in contact. This is the Punchline podcast with Lawrence Seretse. Thank you for staying tuned. Let's look forward to next week, another episode.